everyone, Tammy here. I've got another video for you, and just know I started this video and I made part of it, but what I was making kind of messed up, and so I had to delete that, and so this is a little jumbled because I had to piece some stuff together. But anyway, I am making this peacock, and it has some stencils with it. So what I did was I stamped it out with ink, and then I laid the stencil on it, and I'm using a ink dauber to stamp on some Versamark ink. So you see me doing that here, and I was so worried about if this would work or not, but it actually turned out really good, and you can definitely do this with stencils. I've never done that with stencils before, and it worked out. You can see I already did a lighter blue. Now I'm doing, and I did the darker blue. Now I'm going to do this green. So this is the third layer. And so I got that on there, and I'm going to heat emboss it. So I did that, and I don't know if it comes across on camera, but it is so pretty. It just looks so good. And here I am using the last die for this set. These dies came with this stamp, and you can see the die right there. But this is the last one, and this is, I'm putting the embossing powder actually over all the other embossing powder, because this is the little circle that goes on the feather. And I was really worried that I've never put embossing powder over embossing powder. So I was a little worried about it, and I almost didn't do it, but it actually worked great. This embossing powder that I used, it just for some reason is not a great embossing powder. I had trouble with it. That's kind of what messed up in the earlier video. So, but anyway, it looked great, and it was no problem embossing over the embossing powder that I already had on there. So here I am. I need to do the body. And so I just got I was thinking, like, how am I going to do this body? And I started to just use markers, but I really wanted it to be embossed. So I am just using my Versamark pen. If you don't know, you can get the Versamark ink in a pen form. And I just got mine on Amazon. And all the pictures I looked at showed that those spots behind the body, it's two bunches of feathers, and they're always green online whenever I looked at it. So I did those green. Now I'm coloring the body with the Versamark. So sorry, my glasses are in the video. This is a really small spot, and I had to like lean in to be able to see it. It was really hard to see. So anyway, I got all that covered with the embossing powder, and I did it in blue because almost all the peacocks I looked at online were in blue. And so here I am just getting my die, and I'm going to cut him out, and he looks so handsome. I love him. So I decided he needed something kind of fancy for his background. So I got this. It's got lots of curves, and I thought it was pretty. Here I am just trying to place it on my card, and it is a little hard. I wanted the card to be landscape, but it just wasn't working out with the sentiment I wanted. This sentiment came with this set, and it says beautiful friend, and I just love it. It's really a pretty script, and I wanted to put that on there really bad. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna have to turn this and do it the other way. So I just put it up there, and I'm just trying to think, like, how can I put this, because I really liked that, and I didn't want to do a smaller one because then it would just be covered up by the peacock. So I just thought, I'm going to just hang it off the edge. I do that all the time with like a circle. I'll put it just on the edge and cut off the rest. So I thought, I'll just do that. And I think it turned out just perfect. I love it. And there's plenty of room down at the bottom for a sentiment to be able to kind of stand out, I guess. It doesn't get lost with the bird. So I'm just cutting those edges, and I'm going to glue him in there. Now, I will say I had to use a lot of glue, and I also put an acrylic block over him because with all that embossing plastic on there and stuff, he had kind of curled a little, and you can see he was, he needed some work. So yeah, I put a lot of liquid glue and just held him down. And so here I am just getting my sentiment. And of course, I didn't want to just stamp it in green ink or black ink, so I'm going to emboss it. So I decided I wanted to do it in green because I really love the green feathers. That embossing ink that I had, which it doesn't even have a label, so I'm not sure what it was, but it's kind of shimmery. It looked really good. So here I am, just I embossed it, and I also got a banner die and cut it out. And I thought, well, I'm going to pop it up on foam tape. I thought that would make it, just look that much better. So I'm putting the foam tape on there. And I'm just going to put this down on my card. And I just think it turned out so pretty and something kind of different, I feel. And I got that on there. It's a little crooked, but I end up changing it later. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the ones that I did that didn't work out so well. I also did this in, this is ink. This is like distressed oxide ink. And this is my Ohuhu markers, and you can see the difference. I really like these. I think these are beautiful, definitely. But it just wasn't giving me like wow, and so that's why I decided to emboss. Now there are some areas that I wish would have went in a little bit better, but using the pen is not always the best way to do it. I'm going to mess around with another card using this technique or this stamp, and I'll probably use these colors and the ink and maybe work on getting a top embossing powder that gives it the shine, because this was a little bit of work. I definitely would not use this black embossing powder. I don't know why. I had problems with it every time I did it. I'll show you some of my mess ups. Here's one mess up. It just kept burning. At first I stamped it in Versamark and embossed the entire back, the entire image in I embossed the entire back image, and so but it just burned all the time. You can see every time I put on another layer it would burn. I'm trying to see, I had one more. Here's another one I did. That one I smudged there, but you can see it just didn't work very well. For me, in order for me to not have it burn, it just wouldn't set. So how I fixed that problem was I stamped it in just black ink, this, and I always heated it from behind, and that worked perfect. None of these burned. It's just for some reason that black just doesn't really look good. I don't know. I don't really love that embossing powder. I don't know that I'll use it again. So anyway, you might see another card similar to this coming on my channel because I really like this and I wanted to kind of you know, mess around with it a little more. And I think this is crooked as I'm looking at it. Oh, I'm the worst for crooked. There, I think that's a little better. Luckily, foam tape you can pull right off. Okay, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just love making these videos, and I really wish that you would subscribe and like my video. That helps for my content to get out to other people, and I appreciate you watching so much. And I will be coming out with another one this week, so keep watching.